Hey guys, welcome back, and today we'll be talking about my accepted Rhode Island School of Design and Maryland Institute College of the Arts portfolio. And I'll walk you guys through my thought process, why I put things there in this order and everything. You can turn in 12 to 22 pieces, I believe, and you're supposed to put in the explanation, the medium, and the title, I believe, of the work. So yeah, let's get right into it. So the first thing I submitted was Self-Portrait 2 from the year 2012, all done in pen. And the reason why I put this first is because it was a self-portrait, and I wanted to show them that this was who I was when it all started, and slowly throughout the whole portfolio you could see how I'm evolving, I guess. Yeah, this was also when I started being a more serious artist, especially when I started taking like AP art classes and things like that. And it was supposed to represent self-growth. The next one I have is Man vs. Nature from the year 2012 to 2016. And this is done with magazine clippings, pen, and Prismacolor. So I wanted to show the judges that I started to blend in like my pen talents and my Prismacolor like skills, and also the fact that I can put in different mediums all together. And the third one I turned in was a close-up. So yes, you can turn in close-ups of drawings and it'll count as one, but don't just do that to do that. Make sure these close-ups count. You wouldn't want to waste a slot, you know? I put the close-up to show the details of the cyborg, shadows and all that stuff, because you couldn't really see it from first glance, but if you look closer you'll see the little phones, the computers in the back, and everything like that. My fourth one is Growing Into Me from the year 2012, and it's all done in pen. I wanted to show how I can put texture into pens, because if you see the last two, the pen was kind of noisy, as in it was rough, and I wanted them to see how my skill level with the pens. So the texture of the past ones were kind of rough, but this one, the hair is smooth. It looks natural, like you could like run your fingers through her hair. And it was supposed to show my struggle with getting comfortable with who I was when I was a freshman. It's about growing into yourself. Like, you see how the girls' clothes are the same as the background, but slowly you can see it, either the colors in the background consuming her or her consuming the colors. My fifth one is called Maturity, done in the year 2013, pen and Prismacolor and Sharpie. And again, I wanted to showcase my talents with pen and texture. So you see what I could do with smooth hair in the previous one, but now we get into more kinkier hair. I wanted to show, also you want to show them your thought process through these things, because drawings are more than just the way they look. It's about what you put into them mentally. For this one, to me, flowers signify growth and development, and as a person, I noticed I was changing at this time mentally, and I was meeting new people, learning more things, and the girl's flowers are blooming from her head. It almost looks like that, and it's like you blooming, growing into to who you are, just like comparing this one to the first drawing I did. My sixth one is Movement or Me in Motion 2015, done in pen. So here you want to show how diverse you are. You don't want to show them you can only do one thing, because you have to be multi-talented with all this stuff. So this was a diversity entry. It was to show that I could do abstract art too, and I was also exploring how to condense the human form and movement and all that to the point where it's still recognizable. The seventh piece is called Spectrum 2013, done in pen. Here I wanted to show how far I could bend the colors of the pen, and this was inspired by my friend's picture of herself, and she put this effect on it that did this color blur thing, and I looked at it and I was like, I could do that too. So I did it. My 8th one is called Where to Next, done in 2012 by photo montage, clear glue, and car polish. The reason why I put this here was to show I can do other things too besides drawing. And yes, this is a photo montage. It's like magazine clippings and then you put them all together, but you don't just do it randomly. So when I learn about history, like I get really immersed into it. I get angry when I learn about things like assimilation, and basically at this time I was learning about like Native Americans and how we forced them out, you know? That made me pretty angry. So it's basically about people fighting over land, what they've done to it, and kind of like agriculture, I guess. My 9th piece is called Feminism Blooming. This was done in 2015. It's a photo montage, clear glue, and car polish. This was when I was approaching my sophomore year. I put this also to showcase what else I can do. I noticed more and more that gender roles were kind of embedded into people's head. I believe that we can do whatever we want, no matter what gender, you know, as long as you're not hurting anybody. I found beauty in that, and that also made me angry too. So she's looking down at her chest because, you know, they always tell you cover up, but no, she's blooming into her own person. She's like, no, I'm not gonna cover up for you. And slowly you could see her either unbuttoning or her covering up. My 10th piece is called Gold Rush, done in 2016. It's photo montage, magazine clippings, and clear glue and car polish. And this was to show I could do more than drawing, of course, but this was when I was learning about depression more and the gold rush, especially the gold rush. I mean, not the gold rush, I'm sorry. The Great Depression. Coincidentally, there was like money issues going on around me and around my friends' lives and things. And I wanted to showcase how stressed out people get with money and how people put so much value into money. You know, how we cope with these type of problems, basically. My 11th piece is called Junk Drawer. I did this in 2011, all in Prismacolor, and I just needed to put something there because I felt like most of my work was full of people and I wanted to show I could do more than just portraits. Drawing a drawer was given to me by my first art class, and yeah, so I drew this junk drawer I had in my house. I saw it as a drawer, had a lot of personality. It's basically like the things in your house tell who you are. Like, you know, when you open your junk drawer, every little thing has like its own little story. You just dump everything there, but it all makes sense when you just put it in together. My 12th piece is called Burning Passion, 2014, photo montage. When I do these photo montages, basically, I think of them as an idea that's already there, like the clippings, the images already made, but it's up to you to decide how you want to interpret all those clippings all together. You feel this emotion, and the emotions are already there. So how am I to put all these emotions together to really show what I am feeling? This photo montage, it's hard to accept that people leave in your life. During my sophomore year of high school, my senior friends were going and I was pretty upset about it. This can be about friendships or relationships or even family, like going away and moving along. If you look closely, there's tree branches, and tree branches, if you cut them, it'll show how old the tree is. It's kind of like a timeline within the picture, and he's kind of burning the memories away, because when you meet people, or when let's say like if your dog dies, you know, is it really worth getting something that you know is not gonna last forever? And that's what this drawing was basically, this photo montage was basically about. My 13th piece is called Live, 2016. It's a charcoal drawing. I put this here to show that I could do the basics as well. My 14th piece is car drawing, 2017, marker and pen. This is from my sketchbook, and the reason why I believe it's good to put something from your sketchbook, like a doodle, is because you wanna show them your thought process and what it looks like when you're just, I guess, fooling around when you're drawing. So here I was exploring how to condense the human form while also still recognizing it and what colors can do. So if you look at my 6th piece from 2015 and then you were to compare it to this piece right here, my 14th one, then you'll see how far I've gotten with this exploration of human form and color. My 15th piece is another self-portrait called Who Am I? 2017. It's mixed media. So the drawing, the face and the hair and the eyes are all pen. The lips are watercolor. There's little bits of Prismacolor in the eyes to really emphasize that blind look. And the reason why I put another self-portrait so that you can compare my first self-portrait to this piece I have right here, number 15, and to show like how far I've gotten with self-portraiture, how far I've gotten to with myself, and if I still figured out myself. The reason why I drew myself in this way is because this is my senior year, and you know, when you're a senior, you're kind of lost within yourself. I felt lost within myself. The eyes are they look blind to show how lost I was, and to me, yellow is a color of confusion, so that's why the background is all yellow. If you look closely, the shirt is a mixture of origami paper and find me paper, and the find me paper, if you read closely, I think it says things about school, like when do we graduate and all, and I felt that fitted with self-portrait too. And you know, find me, and you have to look deep inside to see where to search and all that, I guess. Number 16 is another sketchbook drawing done in 2017 with Crayola markers and a pen to just outline. As you can see, this one, there's lesser lines, lesser colors, but you see where the face is going and everything like that. So I wanted to show them how my mastery of condensing the form and all that stuff. And also the background, the origami paper, brings out the colors in the picture. 17, called Warmth, done in 2017, and it is a charcoal drawing. And this was also a diversity put because a lot of my stuff was now either a drawing or a photo montage. So this is another drawing, but it's with a different medium. And here I wanted to show how loose I can be with my hands when it comes to drawing and stuff like that. I use colors to my advantage because I feel like colors are really important when you're drawing. You know, everything means something. And this is kind of to symbolize, you know, the warmth you feel when you're with somebody, you know, when you want to hold that one person's hand, or maybe feeling safe, I guess, within somebody. 18 is another, like I said, I wanted to show how my thought process, and also that I could draw a face, just a normal face. Okay, so 19 is my backyard, 2017 Faber-Castell marker. As a whole, I looked at my portfolio and I was thinking, crap, there's too many like people in my portfolio. I need to put something that's not a person. So I drew my backyard. That's basically the only reason why I put that there. I needed to put something that wasn't a person, and I wanted to show them that I could draw more than people and I could do other things. 20 is the same thing. It's a close-up because, you know, with all the lining, yeah, I wanted to show them that I could do simple line work as well. With all the lining, you can get you can look at it more in detail with number 20. So that's what I mean by putting close-ups to your advantage. So from afar, you could barely see the line work, the little shades, and the value I did with this marker. You know, like how heavy I could put my hand in the piece or how light. So after all that work, you have to do 2 drawings that RISD asks you to do. So it's called the assignment, and they give you 3 words to choose from: deconstruct, light, and contain. And the word I chose was light, and they provide you with the definition. I knew I had to do something different from the rest of my portfolio so it could show them that I am willing to try new things, explore new mediums, and I'm not stuck in one place. So here we have number 21, The Spark Between Us, done 2017, installation by color gel, light frame, and a lightning bulb. And then here's my second piece, number 22, In Front of You, In Front of Me, 2015 to 2017. It's a drawing, but it's also like an installation done by pen drawing, Prismacolor, reflective paper, and color gels. And the reason why I did them for videos is because the rest of my portfolio is flat, 2D. You can't go to it. But with these, they're interactive. Yeah, I always wanted to do an installation, so that's what I did. I put an installation for my assignment. So then, after you put 2 of your assignments, you need to explain why you did it. in front of you, in front of me, the area where the mouth is supposed to be, there's an inaccurate mirror that's reflecting off of you, and it was to show how we perceive ourselves to another person. For example, if my mother and my schoolmates were to be asked, "Who is Rachel?" you wouldn't get the same response from either of them. And it's not because, oh, I'm being fake. It's just how you act in front of your schoolmates and how you act in front of, your parents. The hair and the clothing are blank because that's not what it's about. It's about how they make you feel, and that's why the person is in color, the warmth and all that, and the background is just illuminating, like the radiating the emotions you've made them feel. And I put the color gels to show like how easy it is to kind of just change it around. And I accidentally submitted this as a picture, but it's supposed to be a video, and the light is supposed to be illuminating and moving around, so it looks as if the image itself is 3D. And if this was a legit installation, you can move the light around and change the color gel colors. So then the spark between us, I turned it in as a legit video. For here, I'd like to dig deeper into the way people interact with each other, and having that spark, romantic or not, the spark is another light that can be hit at a certain angle. The light in the middle moves. As the viewer, you can move it too. It's easier said than done. It's hard to put the light right in between the minds of the two people. I didn't put gender or anything that would symbolize gender because, a spark can happen between anybody. And I'm talking about romantic relationships or just even a friendship. So the two faces are color gels, cutouts, and the light in the middle moves. Basically what this piece is about is we must meet in the middle in order to fully connect instead of leaning towards another mindset blindly. So that's the end of my portfolio. Basically what I did as a whole, I wanted to show my skill set and who I was from beginning to end. You can basically turn in whatever you want, like photography, and if you turn in a sculpture, you can just take a picture of the sculpture and all that. I wanted to put some of my ceramic in it, but I felt that wasn't the best thing to put, and you really need to think, why is this here? What would this do? Your portfolio needs to tell a story of you as an artist, I believe. And yeah, so that's my advice about getting admitted into art school, I guess. And I hope this video helped you a lot. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, comment down below and subscribe. Bye!